All right, everybody, good morning. It's time for Coffee and Conversation with Angela. All right, trying to stay upbeat because we're actually talking about a very heavy topic. Grab your coffee. I've got mine, and I have enjoyed it. Like, yes, I've enjoyed this coffee today. It's almost done. But today we're going to be talking about rejection. Now, I like to jump right into the discussion. And the reason we're talking about rejection is because we still experience it as adults. And a lot of times the assumption is that as you grow and as you mature and get older, that you become an expert at handling rejection, but that's just not always the case. And I want to make sure that we're handling it in the most healthiest way possible. And we experience rejection across a lot of different avenues of our life. You may experience it. You may experience it in your career. That has been very recent for me. I was up for 2 jobs. I was excited about both jobs and was told I was going to the next level in the interview, and then called back and was told the hiring person decided they didn't want to move forward. I was like, well, you decided you didn't want to move forward with me. You didn't even talk to me. You don't even know anything about me. You just decided you didn't want to move forward. One said they wanted a different background than the one that I had. I'm like, but that has nothing to do with my ability to do the job. They wanted someone that had behavioral health experience. I don't have behavioral health experience. I'm clergy, but I don't have behavioral health experience. So there are different things. For me, it still felt like rejection. I work in corporate America, and a lot of times when it comes to promotion, I'm at the level where they mostly hire men to go higher. So you apply for different jobs. As a woman, they tell you, apply. You can't get ahead if you don't apply. You'll never get there if you don't apply. But then they always hire the same man. It's the same. He doesn't even really look any different. Same man kind of gets the job, right? So that's the name of the game. It is what it is. But it can feel like rejection. We experience, or it is rejection, not feel like rejection. Heck, it is rejection. When you're in relationships, and every relationship after relationship, it doesn't work out. You can feel like I'll never meet the right guy. I'll never meet the right girl. Or every woman that I'm with, that I fall in love with, cheats on me. Every man that I date, he cheats on me, or he mistreats me, or whatever, or vice versa. It can feel like, what's wrong with me? And I would say the most excruciating rejection of all is the rejection of family. In other areas, sometimes we can kind of say, all right, it didn't work out, or it might not have been a good fit. But when it comes to family, ideally, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother's supposed to love you, supposed to look out for you. They're supposed to, if there's a problem, if nobody else is guaranteed to reach out to you and talk about it, you hope your siblings do, your mom does, your dad does. Family's supposed to love you. But what do you do when family doesn't love you, and family treats you like an outsider, and family is cruel and mean and demeaning to you? It's tremendously hard to deal with. Very excruciating, and I mean, when I say rejection is painful, rejection is something that you feel in your body. It physically, science proves you feel rejection in your body. Google it. You feel rejection in your body. But here is what we have to be cautious of. There is an underlying negative voice in rejection that says, I'm not good enough. That voice will tell you you're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. I'll never get that job. I'm a bad person. That's the little sneaky underlying voice that comes in rejection. Nobody will ever want me. It's that sneaky voice that tells you that you aren't worthy, that you aren't valuable, that you have nothing that you can contribute to a healthy relationship, or and if it's family rejection, it can that can be, those feelings, that voice can be compounded because it's a, I don't like you, so what's wrong with me that you don't like me? Everybody else mama like them, everybody else sibling is good to them. Why don't you like me? What am I doing that's wrong? Well, I gotta fix me. Maybe I should do my hair different. Maybe I should perform differently. Maybe I should stand differently. Oh, I don't like your kids. I've experienced that personally, and it's tough. It's tough. I have chosen to raise my children to be free. I really have. And it's a debatable issue within the African American Black community because we don't live in a world that often allows freedom. And from an intellectual level, I've sat with other parents and we have talked and debated the merits of how do we raise our children in a modern world? How do you raise them to be free but also understand the nuances that come with the life that we live? And I had a family member say, "Who your kids? They just so wild and free." And it was a, they didn't mean it as a compliment. I had to take it and look at it and say, well, that's a compliment. Thank you. That means I'm raising them in the way that I intended to. But they meant it as a negative. They meant it as, oh, because a lot of times we like to see children that are structured and refined and quiet, and they don't express in a big way. And I encourage my children, take up space in this world. Don't be afraid to take up space. Don't be afraid of the sound of your voice. You've been given one, and one of you got a mouth as big as your mama's. Use it. I encourage them to do that and be that kind of individual. But that's not always well received by other adults. It's not, and sometimes I get flack for it, and it's hard. Sometimes I want to fight about it because I feel like, first of all, how you just gonna say that? You know, that's just so rude. But family feel like they can say anything, right? And it's hurtful. It's very painful. But this is what you have to do. You have to focus on self-love, self-acceptance, and self-appreciation. And that sounds really simple. But I want you to stop and really take a minute and say, and I'm not talking about like 5 minutes, I'm talking about like 2. And say, who am I as a person? Do I like who I am? Do I like what I stand for? If you're doing something crazy and fluky to cause people to not like you, like stealing, correct it, apologize, amend the behavior, make restitution, and move on. But if you are genuinely a good person, wholesome-hearted, you're not foul and bad, human, not perfect, human, but you're not doing craziness, then you have to ask yourself, do I like me? Do I love me? Do I like who I am? Do I like the way I express myself? Do I like me? Do I love me? Yes, I do. Am I making the best choices that I can with my life? Because sometimes people will judge your life choices like they haven't had better opportunities. That was the exclamation point after each of those, because I'm serious. People will judge and say, well, you didn't go to school. How? Because school is expensive. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. I didn't have the opportunity to. You may have. Life may have afforded you the promotion. Life may have afforded you the ability. Somebody helped you. Somebody took you under their wing and may have boosted you to the next level that you got to, and no one may have helped me. So don't turn your little nose up at what I'm doing at my small stride. I'm still striding. I'm still walking. I'm still figuring it out. People will do that. But if you settle and say, settle your nerves, settle your mind, settle your emotions, and say, I am really doing the best that I can with what I've been given. I have been making lemonade out of lemons. And matter of fact, when I could, I found a bag of tea and had sweet tea with a dash of lemonade in it. Hey, I'm doing the best that I can do in this situation and circumstance. And if you are, then appreciate that. Accept first, then you accept where you are. Because first you gotta, do I love myself? Do I like myself? Is there anything I need to change? 2, accept. I'm enough. I hadn't wronged anybody. I have the right to choose my life and the right to decide how and the way I want to exist in this world. It's free will. It's up to me. This is what I have decided for me. And I accept it. And I say that it is good. This is good. I'm good. And then begin to appreciate the things that are different about you. Appreciate the things that are unique about you. Appreciate what makes you you even more. And walk boldly in your truth of you. And do it every day until you feel good about you. Every day, every day, every day. Until you over the hump and the hurdle. Because there's the hump and the hurdle. When the rejection first hit, you got to get over the, whew, that took my wind out of my sails. Let's stop for a minute. And I'm telling you what we actually did. This happened last night. And I said to my husband, let's stop, let's stop, let's stop, let's stop. Do we like who we are as a family? Do we like the life that we're creating? Do we love it? Do we love who we are as a family? Yeah. Do we love our kids? Yeah. Are we growing? Absolutely. Are we human? Absolutely. But is this good? It's good. And it helped us get over the hurdle. So I hope that has helped you this week. I hope that you found something that helped you out, that helped you get through the next place in your life and have a happier, healthier life. This is Angela Calloway, your spiritual barista. Y'all, look, I'm so jazzing on that name. I'm not over it yet. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll see y'all next week. Have a fantastic week. Get out there and take the day. Take the week and get the life you deserve and want. Taking the day, I am taking the day. Taking the day, I am taking the day.